I have taken out my Invisalign, and this is the album. Recently, over the past like 3 weeks straight, I have been deep in the editing hole, editing my apartment makeover. I started with 16 hours of footage for just the makeover part, so it's been taking me a really long time, but I finally finished it last night. This is the first time in my life I have edited a video with like this much of a gap between the filming and the editing. I started filming my room makeover when I was 20. I filmed it starting 11 months ago when I first moved into this apartment. And it has really like made me reflect on how much I've changed over the past year. It was so weird watching me from a year ago because I was trying to be this like very punchy version of myself. I got this faux cowhide rug. Yes, it is faux, so vegans don't unsubscribe. I think I was just so terrified of ever being boring. So I would do like 50 takes of the same fucking line, like trying to get it to be a little bit funnier than it was before. It took me absolutely forever to film anything. Okay, there's a saying in comedy writing that you're supposed to have 3 jokes per page, and a page is about a minute of video. So I would think of like literally me talking as like I should have at least 3 jokes per minute, which is sometimes a hard quota to hit when you don't have a script and a whole team of writers behind you. I feel like having a film degree has been very useful in terms of like editing and how I think about vlogs, but it has also been a little bit detrimental when the way that you think about your own personality on camera and your own life is in terms of like a screenplay. And as you might be able to tell in this video, because I've literally opened it in the most boring way possible and am just talking about myself for like 5 minutes straight in the same location, I am trying to let go of that a little bit and just be like, it's okay to be your normal self on camera. People will tolerate your regular personality. Sometimes I feel dumb talking about these like very YouTuber-y problems, but I feel like maybe they're interesting to you guys. Anyways, I'm trying to relax a little bit. I feel like for the past 2 years, I've just been like building and building and building my YouTube channel, and I used to look at my statistics so much and be like, if I'm not gaining 3,000 subscribers in a day, then I have failed. And now I just don't look at that shit anymore because honestly, like I am so fucking happy with the number of subscribers I have. Like I am more than honored to have 2.4 million of you guys. So now I'm just trying to focus on like making really good shit that I'm proud of, or just having fun and like being myself. I sound like an inspirational poster. Whatever. Okay, let's go pick out an outfit. I've been trying to like actually get dressed at the beginning of every single day because for a while I would just like be in my giant pajama shirt all day, and when you work from home and are by yourself a lot, sometimes you just have to take those like extra steps to make yourself feel like a real person and not just like an editing potato. So here's my outfit. These jeans are the Levi's ribcage jeans, and I am so obsessed with them. They're so good. I cannot stand high-rise jeans that are like 9 inches. No, I need 12 inches. Like my necklace is from En Route Jewelry, and then my earrings are from my collection with En Route Jewelry. Okay, before I get too distracted, I am gonna write down my to-do list for today in my good old bullet journal. First up, apartment thumbnail. I finished the entire edit on my apartment makeover, but I don't have a thumbnail yet. It's been taking me forever to get because it's only bright outside for fucking like 5 hours of the day because it's winter. So the sun keeps setting before I have a chance to dress up and get a thumbnail because I've just been editing the entire time. Christmas cards plus gifts. Yes, it is the 22nd. I am massively behind on my Christmas cards and gifts. But again, I've been editing for like 3 weeks straight. I've just been on a work bender. That's what I call them. It's like a regular bender, but minus the alcohol and plus working. This is my first year putting money into my retirement fund. I'm very, very excited, but I have to text my accountant back about that. Clean apartment, laundry. Okay, here is my to-do list for today. So first up on the agenda is cleaning up my apartment. I swear, no matter how hard I try, my apartment's default state is just one of pure chaos. So I'm just trying to fight it the best I can. Look at all the leaves falling. It's so pretty. So here I have my camera set up and I'm gonna start shooting my thumbnail. I figured I'd walk you guys through the process since I feel like I never show you guys this type of behind the scenes. Let's frame this baby up. I weirdly get like really nervous about the thumbnails for my videos because I feel like nowadays the thumbnail makes or breaks the video. You have to market your video in a way that is the right vibe, artsy and friendly, but like a little bit funny, but also like aesthetic. And it's so hard to fit in like this tiny little picture, the entire mood of like a 42-minute video. So I do have this weird nostalgia for the days of YouTube when they would just pick the thumbnail for you, and all of the thumbnails were just people who were like, they're just like midway through conversation, and it must have saved people so much time because they didn't have to do this bullshit. Anyways, here's my paintbrush. I'm gonna close with it. I'm also gonna try a version with this outfit. This composition is very white and brown, so I feel like having a pop of color could kind of help make it look more interesting. Now this composition looks a little sparse. Okay, here I have imported all of the footage of me posing. I have created a marker at all of like my potential thumbnails. Also, when I'm doing this, I'll normally go to view 12.5%, and it makes the thumbnail about the same size that you'd actually see it on YouTube, so I can play around with like font and composition and see what is actually readable at a thumbnail size. Share, save current frame, and then save to my desktop. Then over on Procreate on my iPad, I add some handwriting, do some minor color correction, add a couple doodles, and here is how the final thumbnail turned out. Not bad, if I say so myself. Hi, I am taking a quick intermission to make brownies because I want to eat them. I don't have a mixing bowl, so I think I'm just gonna mix it inside this pan and then bake it in the pan. Hope it doesn't stick everywhere. I had some people ask me like what my diet is and stuff like that, and I want to make a whole video talking about this, but I really like don't diet at all. I know things work differently for everybody, but like I did the Whole30 for a while. I counted all my calories on the app for a while, and for me that was just like not a healthy relationship to have with food. It made me feel like guilty every time I ate, but then also I was like constantly thinking about the next time that I could actually have dessert or actually have like yummy food that I wanted. And now I feel like it's all about balance for me. Like sometimes I'll want to eat something healthy, sometimes I'm just in the mood for brownies, and that's totally fine either way. I feel like sometimes fitness culture is just like thinly veiled old school values of telling people that they should lose weight or look thinner to like look more attractive. Like when I was dieting and doing the Whole30 and stuff, like I genuinely just told myself it was because I wanted to be healthier, but I think deep down my own motivation was just that I wanted to lose weight and I really like hated how my body looked. So I think those have always been entangled for me, which is why I kind of like avoid fitness culture as a whole. I just hate that like overall women are told that food and how much you weigh is such a central part of your life. Ooh, I actually read a good thing from Hitomi that was on her Instagram that was like, food is a way of showing yourself you're worthy of love, which I thought was a really cool way of putting it, because I feel like I had always used food as like a punishment or as something that I felt guilty about. But I think at the end of the day, it's just another part of life that you can enjoy. I know this is a controversial opinion, please don't unsubscribe, but I hate the corners of brownies, and I only like the edge pieces or the middle because I like it gooey. My season, sorry. Wow, retirement! I feel like a real adult now. I've literally made so many jokes about like not being a real adult with a 401k and my shit together, but now I do have a 401k. Not sure if I have my shit together, but we're getting there. Save for retirement, kids, because the boomers will probably destroy Social Security for us. Although maybe just like the earth will implode before we ever retire, and I'll never get to use that money. So place your bets now, kids. Which one will come first? So growing up, my mom would always have me hand draw all of my cards. I would hand draw Christmas cards, birthday cards for everybody in my very extended Asian family. Thank you cards, get well cards, the whole shebang. I remember around the holidays, it would actually get so stressful because I would have to turn out like 20 Christmas cards right after I finished my finals. So I always kind of resented the fact that my mom made me hand draw all of these cards. But now I think it's actually a really good skill to have, because I don't know, nobody actually like takes time to physically make and send stuff anymore. So I feel like hand drawn cards are extra special. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the worst Christmas cards I've ever made. It's very off-center, but I don't know, Mr. Santa's kind of cute. Okay, let's try again. These gold pens, by the way, absolutely come the fuck through. Even if you just draw out a simple Merry Christmas, the fact that it's metallic makes it seem like you put in a lot of effort. Okay, now the actual hard part is writing in these because I never quite know what to say to my relatives. I know that sounds awful, and you know, I love them and shit, but I like literally see them once every 2 years, so I'm always like, Merry Christmas, I hope you're doing well, hope to see you soon. And that's it. Let me know if you guys have a similar problem, but my like family is just super spread out. Like, my dad is from England, so my grandfather lives in like North London. My mom's side is originally from Burma, but she grew up in Minnesota when they immigrated. My grandparents and my aunt and uncle are in Northern California, and my other aunt and uncle are in Oregon. Oh, and I grew up in Maryland, of course. So we're just like incredibly spread out. And it's always been interesting to me, like people who grow up with their grandparents and their cousins like down the street from them. That's kind of cool. That's something I never really experienced. But I also am kind of grateful that my family's so spread out because I never felt like I was tied down to my hometown, because like my mom and dad both just like yeeted the hell out of where they grew up, and they never made me feel guilty for doing the same thing, which is nice because like for something like film, I just wouldn't have been able to do that if I wanted to stay in Maryland. Okay, turns out I only own birthday wrapping paper, and it's very squished birthday wrapping paper at that. So I am going to make my own wrapping paper out of printer paper that I have. I'm just gonna draw some little hearts on it. My mom used to wrap gifts in like comics or recipes from the newspaper, so I feel like it's all fair game. Always get stuck. Look what came in the mail. It is my jewelry samples from En route. I talk about it in pretty much every single video, but I designed a jewelry collection and everything was in gold. It was mostly like gold and pearl details. I wanted it to be very vintage inspired. But a lot of you guys have been asking for a silver version because it fits your skin tone better, and we have been developing a sneaky little silver version of the safety pin earrings. So actually, let me see if I can find. It is almost impossible to see the difference on camera, so you guys are gonna think I'm crazy when I'm talking about this, but this was the original sample that I received for the silver version of the safety pin earring. And the wire was a little bit thinner. I think it was probably like 0.2 millimeters thinner than the gold one. So I had them remake it with a wire that's exactly the same width as the gold one because I really wanted the same proportions and the same kind of level of tension in the safety pin. Otherwise it like feels a little bit flimsy when you close it if the wire isn't thick enough. And second of all, this color was a little bit too light for me and I wanted a silver option that was a little bit darker. You can like nearly see the color difference if I hold them like this. It's literally like not even half a shade darker, but little stuff like that makes a big difference to me. Let's try them on. I'm gonna take off this necklace because it's gold and it's distracting. Look at them, they're so cute. I'm gonna get in touch with the En route team and we're gonna talk launch timeline and stuff like that. We were originally hoping to get them out before Christmas so that you guys could get them as Christmas gifts. But like I mentioned before, I had a couple notes about the original round and I wanted to make sure that they were perfect. So, but yeah, hopefully these will be coming out in the next few weeks. I will keep you guys updated. Hi. Okay, it is very rainy and dark out, so you can't really see me, but I'm going to move my car right now because I don't have a parking spot. So we have street cleaning on Monday and Tuesday. So on Sunday night, I have to move my car into a Tuesday street cleaning spot so that I don't get a $75 ticket, which is a fun little just like LA trap. Hot take, but I feel like it is all just a elaborate ploy to get people to pay $75 in parking tickets, because honestly, our streets don't need to get cleaned every single week. Okay folks, at this point it is around 7:30 and I'm probably just gonna spend the rest of the night editing. I'm also still waiting on this damn apartment makeover to upload. We have an hour and 14 minutes left because it's a 40-minute long video. Oh, also later tonight, if I have time for like fun activities, I might watch Marriage Story on Netflix. My friend told me that the acting was like absolutely insane in it.
Even though I am 64 and have a dead gay husband, I manage to get up every day, live my life, and feel pretty good about myself. So maybe your mom knows a thing or two.
I also feel like this is a weird new development in my life that I actually am willing to watch like a sad movie about divorce in my free time. Like those are always the movies that my mom wanted to watch and I was like, why would we do that for fun? But now that I feel like I've experienced sad things in my own life, now I like relate to all of these sad adult dramas. So yeah, that's what growing up is, kids, just wanting to like cry to movies in your free time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope you got to get to know me a little bit better, catch up. This is kind of a weird part in my life because I'm leaving for New York in a couple weeks, so I'm just kind of like wrapping up everything in LA. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good time with your families this holiday or with your friends. I hope you're not fighting too much about Trump's impeachment. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.